Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore, taking the whole life approach to home care. Well, what better company to talk to? It's in their name, Whole Life Home Care. And here to talk to us about Whole Life Home Care is LeAnn and Sarah. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
My pleasure. So, LeAnn, we're going to start with you because you started this company. Tell us about Whole Life and how you started it.
Well, Whole Life Home Care was a vision of our family. We're family owned and operated. We started in 2008. My mother-in-love, Vicki Wolfram, started the business. It was her vision. I call her mother-in-love because she had a tremendous amount of love, compassion, and empathy for anyone that made it into her circle. And so she referred to her anyone who was married into her family as in love as opposed to in-law, because you were then part of the family. And because she valued family and love and compassion and empathy so much, it's what drives Whole Life Home Care and our vision and our values that we still work towards today.
That's awesome. So it's kind of a funny thing. That's what my mom calls my wife, her daughter in love. So that resonates. So
yeah.
That's awesome. Sarah, how did you get involved with Whole Life Home Care?
Well, my mother actually works, Debbie, there's just four of us in the office.
Yeah,
and so, again, we're small, family owned. And so I came on board with Whole Life Home Care about 2014, just as the on-call advisor, still raising my kids young and everything. And then I came back to Whole Life Home Care in
2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where are we at? 2022.
Yeah, right.
So
Goes by fast.
Yes, it does
does
go by fast, which, I've never been a community liaison or a client ambassador before. I've always been caregiver, med tech, activities director, and so it's really amazing to be in this position where, I'm meeting so many wonderful community partners and just looking at the home care agency from this position. It's just so different, and it really helps all of us, we're all so cross-trained, we're all caregivers, we're all schedulers in the office. We can all kind of jump in if LeAnn or Debbie go out of town, one of us can just jump right into the schedule or, handle any kind of emergency. So I really love that we're all so cross-trained and that we can really just communicate and all help each other within the office and make everything run really smoothly.
So you're all wearing a lot of different hats.
We
but
are.
What's nice about that, I would think, is that when a client calls in, the person who's answering the phone is kind of trained on a variety of different things and can answer questions and so forth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have that, cross-training and great communication.
Right. And even the admins have their own clients as well.
Yes, part of our whole life family, we've all been caregivers before, either professionally or for family members, and it's a part of our why. And having our own clients, it keeps us in touch with our why, because that's why we got into this business, was because we love and enjoy helping people, helping them maintain their independence, helping them stay at home, and helping them find that balance in their life with their family if they're living with family, and being able to help care for their family if they want to do that as well. And so it is very important to us to stay connected to our why, and we do that by also having clients too.
That's great. So I've not heard that before in a home care company. Generally you have sort of a division of labor. You have the home care providers, you have the caregivers themselves, but that's separate from admin roles and things like that. But I would think that by having their own clients that they work with, it keeps them reminded about why they're doing what they're doing, and it keeps their skills fresh, I'm sure. So
it also helps us connect with our staff too. They know that we know what they're doing and going through in the home as well, because we're also still out there and in the homes with them. So it helps us stay connected and helps our relationship with our staff too.
And it helps probably with communication within the team and with the families too.
Yes, and we're very big on communication. We all answer the phone. We all take turns with on-call. So all of our admin staff is on call 1 week a month. And it just helps us stay connected, and communication with our clients and our staff is very important to us. We
great.
try to always answer the phone.
Yeah, and that's a valuable thing, because they're not calling you to place an order for a pizza.
Right.
You know, they're calling to help with a loved one, and it could be in a crisis mode situation.
Correct.
Exactly.
And they don't want to get a voicemail, if possible. They want to get a live person who understands what they're going through, is working with clients just like them, and can step in and take care of what needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Sarah, talk about the growth that's going on throughout the county with Whole Life.
Yes, so January of this year, 2024, for the first time ever, we opened our service area to all of San Diego County, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, San Diego is really big, and we had always primarily only serviced North County. You know, our office is in Encinas, and we kind of used to service down as far south as La Jolla. But yeah, opening up was a big change for us. Definitely more recruiting down in the San Diego area, but why not? I just, you know, one day I said, why not? Why don't we just open up our service area? We can do this. And, you know, it's been really successful. And, you know, having more clients down south, or referring to, you know, different community partners just within San Diego County has just been really, really great for us. And it's exciting because it's a growth, you know, we're growing.
How has it been finding caregivers for your clients?
Pretty good. LeAnn and I both do the recruiting. Again, we all wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
One day I'm at a networking breakfast with all of my favorite community partners. The next day I could be recruiting.
Yeah.
The next day I'm on call or with a client. So it's, again, we're very, just the four of us.
Right.
And we all help each other so much.
All hands on deck.
But, you know, recruiting really, we take, you know, this extremely seriously, because we're bringing these people in to care for our clients. And, you know, our motto is caring for your family as our own. That's what it's always been. So, you know, we really vet them over the phone first before they're even invited in for an interview. And then LeAnn and I, you know, will interview, Debbie will interview, and, you know, after they leave, we kind of look at each other and we say, okay, would we let this person care for our mom, our dad, our loved one?
Yeah.
And if, you know, the answer is, we vet them so well over the phone, it's likely yes.
Right.
But, you know, no red flags. Yes, I would let them care for my mom in their home or in a facility, wherever home is. And so, you know, we really take it seriously, and we really love the culture of our caregivers. I know I told you before, we have had caregivers. We have about 3 caregivers that have been with us all 15 years.
That's amazing.
They're still with us today.
Because a lot of turnover in this industry, so to have that kind of longevity, not just with 1 or 2, but 3 caregivers.
Yes, and it's so special to us because they're our family too. Our caregivers, you know, we have quarterly meetings. We, you know, we have great trainings. You know, we bring in yoga instructors. We bring in hospice to talk about hospice, PT. You know, so the continuous training for our caregivers and just making sure they feel loved and appreciated, because we need them. They are our eyes and ears. You know, they're the first person that starts a job after an assessment. You know, they're that first shift that they go on, they're our eyes and ears, you know, and they, again, communicate so well with us, we to them. You know, it really makes everything flow really well.
Yeah. I like that philosophy of caring for your clients like family.
Yes.
I know that one of the most important things that comes into play is long-term care insurance, because that can pay for your services, correct?
Correct, yes. So we do accept all long-term care insurances, and Debbie in our office is quite the expert. She has been doing this for 15 years, and so we like to, you know, really ask, because a lot of times you sign up for it 15, 20 years ago and you don't know. So it's part of our assessment when we go into the home. You know, we go down everything, and that's one of our questions. Do you know if your loved one, or do you have long-term care insurance?
Yeah.
A lot of times they do, and Debbie handles it all for them. So we do have somebody in office that completely, you know, submits all of the activities of daily living. Actually, during the assessment, we'll just get on the phone with the insurance company right then and there, and just start it and help them start that entire process, elimination period. We just handle it, and there's no stress. The family doesn't have to worry about it whatsoever. And it's just a really smooth process along the way for them to, you know, have that extra set of hands and that person on the phone to handle that for
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Because it's, it's there for them and they've paid into it.
They should
it's
use
very important. So we like to make sure that we ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LeAnn, you must be very proud of the company you've created or carried over, from your mother-in-law.
I am. I am extremely proud. Our team works very hard, and even though we all share hats, we all bring something very unique and different and special to our team, and we just work well together, and it's a great team to be a part of.
I can tell.
And
you
a
guys
good
work
family.
great here, so
Yeah.
I figured, if you can do it here, you can do it for your clients too. That's great.
Yeah.
So information for Whole Life Home Care is on screen, website and phone number. For those of you who are watching on video, if you're listening on the podcast, then you can't see it, but it's in the caption, so you'll see it there. LeAnn and Sarah, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing Whole Life with us.
Yes, thank
Thank you.
My pleasure.